Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Let's see. All right, welcome. Okay, so this was from the last reading. Not this, but these cards were from the last reading. In the middle or toward the end of the reading, actually, I was given the direction to create a separate video for. Uh, Okay, I have to create a separate video. This is the video for a collective that has been through one of the most horrible parts that life has to offer, and that is they have experienced firsthand watching a loved one be killed. I'm actually this is very specific. It gunshot. It's very specific. So if this isn't an experience that you have had or that you are struggling with, especially the dreams of playback that repeat over and over and over again in your mind of the event, if this is something that you have going on, then you are in the right place. If that is not your experience in any way, shape, or form, then this is not for you. You might want to check out the previous reading. That might be a little more for you because it's basically the same setup. It's just a little bit, the focus is definitely different. Okay, so if you are still here, that is because you have experienced something absolutely, it's very hard. And I have a feeling the reason why these spirits came to me is because I have personal experience. So maybe I can help others move through this. That's what I'm getting a yes on that one. Okay, so I'm going to give you a real quick rundown of what I have out here. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I do things a lot different. I kind of just jump right in, so we're not gonna. I don't fluff around there. I do thank all of the people that hang with me and still stay. I love you guys very much. Hopefully, you guys are getting something out of it. I know I do. Connecting with the other side and helping people and people on the other side helping. Yeah, it's such a wonderful journey. I love it. Okay, so what we have out here uh, on the circle is we have white howlite, and the white howlite works with your crown chakra and also protection and calming third eye and throat chakra. There's three large pieces out here today, and so your throat chakra, you don't talk about this to anybody. You've been afraid to talk about this. I know why. It's fine, we'll get there. Okay, so this does balance. This balances all of your chakras. It's used in balancing all your chakras. You have, there are places outside of you that you go to. You go there so that you can. I'm getting cry by yourself. It's fine if that's what you do. I don't know if it's going to the woods or going to a park or just sitting outside, but you go somewhere that you feel safe to release this stuff that you're dealing with. You definitely don't talk about it with family or anyone. Snowflake obsidian, that's these here. And it's very, honestly, it's either 1, 2, 1, 2. I mean, you're very balanced. You do have one little one up here too. And that is a mirror for your soul. It helps release wrong thinking or ingrained unhealthy patterns, self-improvement, and protection. Okay, got it. Now I understand why those are there. Rutilated green quartz, that would be right here and there. That is heart center, healing, mental clarity, removes energy blocks. That's our between the realms. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, that's tourmaline. Pink, emotional balance, self-confidence. Green, adventuring, luck, confidence, action, and achievement. And then the red agate, heart and root. Okay. Now you also, I was led to make sure that I put fluorite out here as well. And that is a very, very good one to have in the middle. It's very high vibration. So we'll keep that there. Okay. So that's our rocks today. All right. Let's begin. This is a collective that's coming through. It's, first of all, I have to, they want me to share. Okay, so when it's different. And I have a feeling that the individuals that are watching this right now, not very old, not young, but like in your 20s, 30s, old enough, I hear. Okay. There are a lot of people who experience this in younger ages, or depending upon where you live, where you grow up. Violence is everywhere, and we experience it firsthand. Unfortunately, there are people who experience it firsthand. And for those people, we're gonna work through this. The winds of change. My air conditioning just turned on. It's warm today. Okay. So my experience. Unfortunately, actually, I think of it as fortunate now because things have changed and shifted for me. The longer that you go with this experience, one, it does. I know people don't believe it when they're going through it. I know I didn't. And anybody who told me this, I said, yeah, sure. At the time, I didn't understand. So I'm going to try to explain it to you to help you in whatever fashion. When you experience that thing, when you see that person that you care about, or even if it's someone you don't even know, when you see that firsthand, it's frightening, and it makes you, it brings up a protection mechanism on a mental level. Your psyche protects yourself. It does it automatically, at least that's my experience. I felt numb, and that's going to ring true to some of you. Numb. Numb as in no emotion, no feeling. I felt like I was going through the day repetitively. Each day was basically the same. Nothing that happened throughout that day bothered me or brought me joy. It was very strange for me. I felt very disconnected, empty. There was a huge imbalance. Your dreams are really important. The problem is that you remember, because in your dreams we do a lot of defragging. Think of it in a computer sense. When you turn on your computer and you defrag it, all the pieces that are in some spots that need to go to other places because they don't belong there. It's just junk in the room. So when you are sleeping, that is when you let go of your, you try to defrag your brain, the memory of seeing what you saw. All of it needed to be, needs to be cleared. Here's the thing. It is always going to be there. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you that it's not going to always be there. This is going to be a memory. But you can learn to make this a lesson and grow from it and help others through it. Because if you're listening to this channel right now and you're listening to the words that I am speaking, it means that you're actively seeking to try to find a way out, because you're stuck and it's not working anymore. You can't hide it anymore. Things are starting to fall apart. You've got protection. There are people all around you that love you, but you're really struggling. Throat chakra, you don't tell people. You don't talk about it. You're trying really hard not to feel it. I know that too. So here's the thing. You get to a certain point where you start to lash out at the people you love when you're going through this, because you don't feel anything. You are disconnected from your heart chakra. There is nothing in your inner circle except for your dreams. All of this is outside. So you feel very empty inside. Very. And the only thing that is that makes you feel, and it's not necessarily emotion, it's more of a rush, or feel anything, is a negative types of experience out here, something that actually physically hurts you. So you will actually cause, uh, because you don't connect to anything, you are very quiet, you are very reserved, or you are very angry. It's just two different phases, one or the other. You don't say a thing or you're screaming. It's crazy. There's no balance in between. Um, and you don't like going to sleep at night, because when you close your eyes, it's just a repetitive thing that goes through your mind all the time. There are this space that you're in, this void, I would call it a void. It is super hard to see out of it. And you blame everybody around you for why you're still in it because you don't understand what's happening. Um, I'm getting from spirit, just because physical pain makes you feel something doesn't mean that it's healthy. So I know that you're trying to feel, and self-destructing is the only thing that makes you feel. I get it. Been there, done that. Got the keys. Built a freaking castle. So I know where this space is. I've been there. So how do we get through it? Okay. One, I I actually started to, from what I remember, I this is how I got through it. I know that not everyone is going to experience it in this way, but when I lost a friend of mine. He was shot, and I held him in my arms and watched him die. I watched the life leave his body. It was really hard, and still to this day, I was very young. I was like 13. Still to this day, it is emotional to talk about. Okay, but now when I look back on it, I I understand so much more about the event itself, because unfortunately I spent so much time here reliving this experience in my dreams, categorizing and trying to logically put it into something that I could absorb and deal with and move forward. That's not how this works. What happens is you end up creating the inability to connect with your own heart and with others. And empathy and emotion slowly disappears after that. So what I did was I started to look at it as if I was watching it. I know this is probably going to sound really strange, but I looked at the whole situation as if I was watching it on, let's say, a mystery show. And so I wanted all the facts. I wanted to know, where the bullet came from, the trajectory, what happened, how it hit, what were the circumstances. Like, I went into depth. And the more I found out, the more I realized that not only was there a reason, there was not a reason, but there was a actually, yes, there was a reason why this happened. And it was more than what I thought initially. It really was. So initially, I thought it was just a terrible thing that happened, and I couldn't believe that I had physically experienced it. And of course, I couldn't save him. So then, of course, I had that guilt and everything else. That is all a part of this process. It's part of that wheel of healing. So know that it's a wheel and you are healing. This isn't just something you're stuck in. You can get out. But I looked at all of the reasons for why this happened. I looked at the circumstances, the exact circumstances before his life was taken. I looked at the fact that the bullet was lined up to where it should have hit me. But 2 split seconds before it hit him, he, for some reason, out of nowhere, pushed me back up against the wall. The gun hadn't even gone off yet because it happened in a split second, right? So, why, and did he know even before it happened? Why did that happen? Why wasn't I standing in the same place I was standing at that split second for that to happen? I don't, at the time, I didn't know. I didn't know. But later on, the more that my dreams got worse and worse, and of course, because of just who I am, I guess, because I have not run into very many people um, that have been able to speak to the other side. It's a very interesting thing, and there are reasons why I can do it, but that's for another time. That's another story. But I was fast asleep, and I felt him. It scared me. I was literally asleep, well, trying to sleep. That was, I was having nightmares, but I felt somebody, when someone jumps on the bottom of your bed and they jump on it and they sit down, like when you're kids, you do that. You get together, you all run into the rooms, you jump on your beds, you sit there, you talk, you hang out, you play video games, whatever you're doing, right? But it was like somebody had jumped onto the end of my bed and my bed moved. Now, I mean, it could be logically, there had been an earthquake. Who knows? All I'm saying is that this was my experience and this is how I moved through it. But the whole point is that uh, I sat up and I knew something was sitting on the end of my bed. And at first I kind of flipped out, but then I just said, "Hey, look, uh, who are you?" And basically it ended up being my friend, and he had come to sit and tell me that he was okay, that everything was fine, that now he could do so many more things and all of this stuff. And that's something that I would have to, I want to help to translate to each and every one of you, is my personal experience with this individual, because I feel like every person that I have ever helped, that I have ever spoke for, or talked to, from the in between to here, their message is the same, that in when it comes to death, when it comes to even a life being taken, they choose before they come here for a specific reason to be here. And when they're here, it's to learn what they came to learn, and to help others on their personal learning experience as well. So when people come in and you have to experience it. I don't know why I'm getting emotional. Whew. The collective is really strong right now. Okay, not going to do that. Anyway, so when you okay, so I'm just going to have to tell you the whole thing. So when you pass away, you move into the other space. There's multi dimensions. You get to go through all of that. There's a lot that goes into it, you guys. It's very fantastic. But think of it like learning how to understand the matrix. There's just so many different layers of stuff that it's very, very hard. So not getting into that, but actually the message here is that it's okay. They're okay. Not only are they okay, but their situation, their choice to experience that also was a gift to you. And here's why. because it's going to teach you about you. It's going to um, it's going to wake up something inside you. It's going to prove to you that no matter how bad, no matter how traumatic, no matter how horrible that life could be, and no matter how it's experienced, no matter how many pieces that you shatter into, you rebuild stronger every time. You have to break to grow. It's like a seed in the ground. The seed doesn't fight, it doesn't burst out, it waits, it slowly grows. It slowly grows. Okay? And it has to be in that space. Something has to happen. The sunlight has to hit just right for you to burst out. And sometimes we have to experience something so traumatic that it shakes our foundation so that we can change the way we see ourselves, life, how precious life is, how precious moments are, how fleeting they are, how important it is to be, to enjoy and be in every moment. It's not easy. My biggest fear when I was going through this, because I knew that I had to experience it. I knew that I had to. I knew I had to feel it. I just felt like it was going to destroy me. It was going to break me into a million pieces. And so I kept doing stuff instead of dealing with it. But what I realized is that when there was nowhere else to run, I had to face it. And I actually just, it's one of those experiences where it brings you to your knees. It does. And what I can tell you is that what happens after, it's like going through fire. What happens after, you don't shatter into something that isn't able to rebuild. You become something entirely different. You're no longer the same person you were before. You allowed yourself to experience it. And when I say experience it, I mean you have to experience it. You have to allow the emotions that you shove so far down to actually come up. It's a must. You need to. Because it turns out it becomes a poison in the system. It becomes a poison. Yeah. And it keeps you from loving yourself or those around you. So do it in a safe place. You have lots and lots of people that love you. If you need help, if you need help, you have people that are around you that would listen. Your throat chakras are out here, so you haven't talked about it. And I don't know if you could even talk about it because it literally feels like it's stuck in your throat because I can feel it. It's in my throat. I can feel it. But maybe someone or a place where you can sit in absolutely I wanted to say unbind, but unwind all of the anger and rage you feel. So I'm going to leave you with a little story because I was going to get some angel guidance, but uh, the uh, the littlest angel popped into my brain. It is a book. I think it's called from when I read it. I'm sorry, guys. I think it was The Little Soul in the Sun by Neil Donald Walsh. I think is his name. Beautiful man, wonderful man. Uh, but anyway, I call it the Little Soul in the Sun. So what it is, there was this little angel, and the angel was in heaven. Of course, this is a story, so I need you guys to just kind of hang in there with me. It'll make sense in the beginning, in the end. So there's a spirit, a little angel up in heaven. Now in heaven, everything is high vibration, high light, high energy, high everything. It's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Everything you're around, light beings, everything is just great. Okay? And this little angel struggled with that because there was no contrast. How bright am I? You say we're all bright, you say we're all this, but how do I know how bright I am? And it was a problem for this little angel. It had a hard time. It wanted to know how bright he was. And so he went to God and he said, God, I want to learn how bright I am. And God looked at him and said, little one, I want what you're asking is for me to ask one of these other individuals, all of these light beings here, for one of them to do something so horrible to you that you would have to forgive them. That's what you're asking. How can I ask one of them to do something like that? And the little angel said, "Oh, I understand. I wouldn't want anyone to do that." And there was a little angel in the back, and he stepped forward and he said, "I will." And the little angel went over to him and said, "You will?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "You've done it for me before." He said, "I have?" He said, "Yeah. You just don't remember. So, so you'll do this?" "Yeah." He says, but you have to promise me something." And the littlest angel said, "Oh, anything, anything." Um, he said, "When we go down to earth, the moment that I smite you, remember who I really am, so that you can learn forgiveness to know how bright you are." It's a totally different perspective. Not everybody is going to understand it. The story is beautiful, but there's a lot of depth in it. You know, the people in our lives, the ones that have hurt us, that have wronged us, the experiences, the horrors, the people we've lost, the loved ones, the pain, all of it shifts and changes us into who we are. Stronger, wiser. If we don't allow hatred to run the show, it shows us how bright we are. And you are bright. You're beautiful. You have absolutely incredible people around you that love you so very, very much. And it will not destroy you. If anything, think of the phoenix, you know, the phoenix that burns and is reborn. Pain doesn't define you. It shows you you're alive. Outside external pain is easier to cope with than internal pain. But you're stronger than that. And you can do this. My heart is with all of you. This step that you're taking is very hard. It is not easy. But then nothing worth it in life is. And you know that. I love you all. Love and light, everyone. Until next time. Bye.